The following program is made possible by the partners of Honor Grace Consulting. Yahweh TV and Matumba Power Facebook profile accounts. Assume no responsibility or liability for opinions shared on this program. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Global Symposium. I'm your host, Thiess Dumbuya, and this broadcast is really a news broadcast. Globally bringing information about technology is our purpose. What I need you to do is sit back, relax, perhaps get a pen and a paper or turn on a recorder of your own and kind of take some mental notes and physical notes that you can follow up on to protect your life, your health, your family's life and health, and share with your community. How's that? All right, well, getting started, let me tell you that there are new things going on that I need to tell you about. For example, we have a new book out to help you learn more. Want to know? We can't keep up with all the volume that we're getting. Understanding Technology is a new book out by myself and Apostle Dr. Roland Talbot, T-A-B-O-T. Yes, this book is on Matumba.com bookstore, and we're happy to sell it there at a very reasonable price. I believe it's $9, which is something we found that most people around the world can afford. And we appreciate and do accept donations, but the book itself explores with you a opinion about technology dangers, how it's subtle, how it's hidden, how powerful it can be if you're not aware of it. As we go, we're learning more information every day, every week, and every month. We've been on the air for about 2 months now. And now we're starting to dig deeper, take a deeper dive into different things that the experts are saying, keeping up with news that's being published, reports, materials, articles that are being published every day. There's new information coming out every day. And so I encourage you on this broadcast to sign up with different organizations and groups on different social media. My advice, although you may not have asked for it, is to come on quickly, get the information, and get back off the internet. There are some experts that actually say, do not use the internet. Get rid of your social media. Do everything you can to stay off of the internet and technology because it's so damaging, especially to children. Children who stay on the internet for excessive amounts of screen time, and maybe not even quite so much screen time, are experiencing dysfunction, and their brain process doesn't get to fully develop. The cognitive process of developing your brain in children that stay on the internet too much, it's not happening. It's failing to develop in the way that it should to be healthy or normal. I hate to use the word normal. But anyway, I just wanted you to be aware of that. You know, if your moms, dads, guardians, you're responsible for children, your teachers, we need to really temper how much we're on the internet and how much we use the internet, even if it's work and school related. There are statistics that say if you're on for 2 hours straight without taking a break, you could be headed for problems, serious problems. Those are physical problems, those are mental problems, and sometimes they combine and you have both. Okay, that being said, and announcing that the book is available, Understanding Technology by Dumbuya and Talbot, T-A-B-O-T, on Matumba.com bookstore, Matumbapower.com bookstore. The online store also sells music, so I shouldn't say it's a bookstore, it's an online store. Let me correct myself. I like to be accurate. Okay, next up, just in the last week, we have new products coming out for different age groups. We have informational, educational products coming out for teenagers. And we have teenagers assembling worldwide into groups that are discussing technology, technology's dangers, as well as how they feel and think about technology. I'm telling you this because I encourage you as parents, I encourage you as adults to help organize in your community amongst your friends little groups of teenagers that are able to discuss and learn about technology dangers. There's a big thrust towards training our teens to code and training children to code and involving them in STEM and so forth. And I'm not against education. What I'm trying to say is we have to become more aware so that we can make better decisions and we can better manage the time we spend on the internet and monitor the effects that it can be having or is having against our human life. Listen, when your brain deteriorates, you don't have a lot of options and recourses. Let's just face it, that's just fact. That's science. This is not a political show and this is not a religious show. In fact, regardless to my faith, I go out of my way and this show goes out of its way not to discuss any more than any other subject anything about faith, and we definitely do not discuss politics. But we do encourage nations worldwide to take the information, use the information, help the people in your country to understand the information and the facts because it's their life. And we believe that they have rights and they should have rights and they should make decisions for themselves about protecting their time on the internet and yet accessing some of the benefits of the internet technology and artificial intelligence technologies. Does that make sense to you? Well, let me know. Write something in the comments. You're welcome to join and subscribe to our social media platforms. It's very important for you to engage and have feedback into this broadcast. Why? Because a symposium is a conversation, and a conversation is a two-way street, not a one-way street. So my apologies to you for me talking, and I can't hear you right now, but you can let me hear you by typing in the comments, by responding on social media, and by connecting with us in other platforms and modalities available to you. I don't know if the station has access to play our promotion for Understanding Technology again, but I would ask that you do because I want the people that are watching to see the book cover and see the title again and know that this is available as of last week in the matimbapower.com bookstore. All right, you interrupt me with that when you get it, if you can, and we'll go on to the next piece of information. When I was quickly on the internet this past week and weekend, I noticed a number of significant Facebook groups that deal with AI, technology-styled learning, and other parts of the picture dealing with technology. I would like to encourage my listening audience to connect on Facebook as well as business audience to connect on LinkedIn. Now, a number of these groups will promote technology. I'm not talking about those. I'm suggesting that you connect with the other organizations and broadcast and groups like myself that give you the information on the negative side of technology, the downside, the dark side of technology. This is what you need to know. You need to know the hidden dangers. You need to know the subtlety so that you don't think you're fine, not affecting you, doesn't matter, no big deal, and all kinds of denial and rejection that's usually predicated on ignorance. So I urge you to learn for yourself. Set an alert on your phone, on Google, on any other platform that gives you information alerts about the subject. So when news comes out about technology, you yourself may receive it. And then you can decide for yourself if the sources are credible and what can be done for you and your family, your friends, and your businesses to protect people. And that brings me to worship once again. I believe that worship places should also teach and share the information about technology. Why? Because people trust the institutions of their faith. And if the institutions of their faith will give out the information and let people know, yes, this is true, this is dangerous, this can be very harmful, this is very serious, then more people and more people will not only believe it, but also take action. And the first action to take is making yourself aware and establishing some methods by which you will continue to stay up to date on technology's deteriorating effects against human life and human health. Mental health and physical health are part of the deterioration that technology brings to you. Businesses, schools, and other institutions, such as faith-based institutions, are encouraged to monitor how much time they require employees or students to use the computer technology. The reason I'm saying this is I believe it's only a matter of time, and I have not researched this subject very well yet. I believe it's only a matter of time until we see a lot of lawsuits, like lawsuits that happen with carpal tunnel and different elements of data entry and other computer uses, that we'll start to see a floodgate potentially of lawsuits pertaining to damage suffered from using the technology. And so you may be able to prevent any litigation coming to you. And I'm not giving legal advice, but you may be able to slow down, retard, or mitigate any litigation, actionable litigation coming to you that is related to your requiring an employee or a student to be on the technology for a certain number of hours as part of their work or part of the condition of their education, period. I call that foresight because I don't know that this has become a huge issue yet, but I can foresee that it could become a huge issue potentially as more and more people suffer memory loss and cognitive dysfunctions. By the way, there are several different areas of cognitive dysfunction associated with technology beyond memory loss. And I want to bring up to you another book that we just finished, and it's coming out in 4-part series because there's so much information pertaining to different industries and different areas of society and human function. It's called Consequences. Consequences is a book by Thiess Dumbuya. And in this book, she describes the devastating results that can come about if you don't have understanding about how technology damages your health. It goes way beyond being sedentary and not moving around while you're watching the technology or using the technology, period. So I want to discuss a couple of more things as we go on in the show right now. We do have our usual list of experts, which is growing all the time. And we will have for you a list of groups on LinkedIn and Facebook that you're able to connect with and receive their information, even by email, I'm pretty sure, and onto your phone or onto your watch or whatever suits you best. And whatever is quickest and affects your health least is my recommendation. Um, as a result of spreading the information and looking into ways that how can we spread the information? What's the most effective way we could spread it? And what's the least harmful way we could reach the most people? So what we're doing is offering, number one, affiliate relationships with people who want to offer our products, books, ebooks, print books, audiobooks, video ebooks, and our children's programming. We have children's programming for elementary age children and preteens, and we have children's programming, or should I say teenage programming, for 13-year-olds through 17-year-olds, so that they too can get the information that's relevant to them on their level, discuss it, input into it, share it with other teenagers around the world, not just when they get it from their parents or when they get it from our broadcast to teenagers or to children. The teenagers are taking very well to discussing the subject. They're very interested in the technology, and they're very interested in social media. So their experience is leading them to take a great interest. And so they're starting to do things like write and create poetry and music and their own programming plan of what they're going to discuss with other teenagers around the world. So as our platforms grow, we're looking to offer people who don't have means for support to be able to offer our broadcasting and our products. We're looking for other people who are willing to endorse what we are doing and share us on their media networks to their groups, organizations, schools, institutions, churches. It's very important for all of us in the whole world to come together on these particular issues. These particular issues are life-threatening for everybody. All of us need to be concerned. All of us need to take action and grow in awareness and keep up with it. So Global Symposium intends to be a place where you can keep up with the information on a basis and in a trusted relationship where you're learning what is it to know today? What is it that's affecting me? How do I monitor my own memory? How do I monitor my cognitive function? These are some things that we will and can discuss in the future, because not only do you need to know, but people around you need to know, because you could be failing and showing signs of deterioration that you may not catch. You may not remember. You may not have the short-term, long-term memory comprehension of your own short-term or long-term memory loss. And you may not associate it with technology. And it can be directly from the technology. So I'm not a doctor. I know some of my colleagues call me doctor. I think they're making a spiritual reference because we're all apostles in the Christian faith. But it is important and significant for you to know that I'm not pretending to be a doctor, a physical doctor of medicine, nor a PhD. I am not. And now that I said that, let me just say to you that if you would like myself or any member of our team or combination of people that we are in touch with that are educated in these areas of information to come to your organization, institution, even your household by video, we are able to create virtual tours that you can have personal conversation, one-to-one. Let's discuss it. Get your family together around Thanksgiving or a holiday, or whenever you come on a long weekend, whatever it is, an anniversary, and say, look, guys, I found something out. I want to share it with the family, and I'm going to give it to you the way I got it myself. We're going to sit down and listen together on YouTube to this broadcast, and we can talk about it. We're going to have a personal video tour event, and you can invite your friends, you can invite your community, and we will interact with you anywhere in the world where it is legally allowed. And we're happy to do that. And we will respect your faith, whatever your faith is. We are not trying to convert anyone to become Christians in this broadcast. We are here to say We love you. We care about you. This information is important to you as well as us. And everybody in the whole world needs to be in unity on this issue. Technology is dangerous. How dangerous, we can have some input into how dangerous it's allowed to be. They're studying about these different elements I've mentioned all the time, like genetic predisposition. You know, there's ongoing research. I'm sure we're going to find out more and more the more we go, how this affects children and what percentages of children and people are being addicted, what percentages of children are being underdeveloped. It's very important to the future of the world and societies everywhere and the safety of nations. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, and you understand the significance if somebody's brain stops functioning, if somebody's brain begins to deteriorate in its function, how much is that affecting a person's life? Phenomenally, it is affecting a person's life to a great extent, to a large degree. And so if we have populations in different nations that are suffering with debilitation of their brain function, that's very serious. What if it's the leadership of your country that are spending the most time on technology? What if it's the heads of your school, of your worship places, of your hospitals? What if it is the leadership that is deteriorating in their brain function the most? See, these elements have huge ramifications potentially played out. So I want you to really drop your comments in the comment box. Let me know what you're thinking. What are you getting from Global Symposium? Is it helping you? Does it help you understand? You know, the apostles that work with me, I didn't know them. They were informed about this information, and they keep informing more and more people. They are having me on their Facebooks and their different social media platforms this week and next week through the end of this month. And anybody who wants to do that, all you have to do is contact us, because the word needs to go out, and it needs to go out from everyday people that you know and trust and love and you'll listen to. And then you and them need to decide, what can you do? How can you help? Who can you tell? And share the information. All right. So I'm grateful to this television station for embracing what it is that I'm doing and why. You know, it is a unbiased presentation. It doesn't matter what gender you are, what age group you are, what socioeconomic condition you are, nor what nation you're from or in. You need to know about the dangers of technology, and you need to make a decision after you raise your awareness of how you can protect yourself, your friends, your loved ones, your family, and other people in your community or network. And that is the purpose of Global Symposium, loud and clear. All right, so let's move on to, we've covered virtual tour, we've covered new products out, we've covered the 2 new books that we have in the market right now, and we are beginning to cover the affiliate seller relationships. Now, many people on my LinkedIn have contacted me, and they are willing to begin to include a QR coded product in their communication, which means email, whatever format you're communicating, texting on your phone is going to carry a coded, QR coded product. And so when that QR coded product sells, you will make money. So whether that money is for your school, your personal vacation, whatever it's for, an institution, a business, we welcome you all, because it's helping get the message out, and it's getting you actually remunerated, compensated, and paid for actually helping us spread the word of, yes, technology is dangerous. This is how dangerous. This is a go-to place where you can find information that's trustable. You see my QR code there? That is for donations. It cost about $450 a week for me to put this broadcast together. And there is no fund for it unless you give. So we invite you and encourage you to freely give. There is no charge whatsoever for watching this broadcast. Thank you for watching this broadcast. And I'm grateful for your time and attention. What I need now is your feedback. Incidentally, we've been growing. We've been growing on our social media platforms. We've been growing in our audience and participants worldwide. We've been growing in people who are now making selfies and sending them in to us and telling us about what they think about the show, how it's helped them, what they've learned, what they made a decision to do. So it's confirming that we are raising awareness and we are having input, indirectly or directly, into other people making better educated decisions about how they can manage it, how they can manage the technology affecting their life, how they can reduce the effect of technology on their physical health, their mental health, their emotional strength. You know, technology can stress you out. Technology can cause you to feel depressed. Technology may cause you to feel alienated, and technology can also cause you to be very reliant on it because it's so easy to use, and some people feel that it's fun. And so it kicks off a sense of pleasure, a sense of pleasure, a sense of pleasure. So if you're pleased by something and it's hurting you, you have to have some discipline and maturity in your character to stop yourself from staying on too long. And that's why you see a lot of these apps that have timers, reminders, when to get off your computer. You've been on too long. Some of them will shut down, lock down your system so that you're not on. You know to get off, you take a break. I read two different reports and I have them documented in my slide presentations, which you can acquire. I have slide presentations, which you can acquire, that state and document and give the source of the information that's presented. For example, one report said 35% of the adults are reporting themselves that they believe that they have some kind of, problem with the internet because they feel that they're on there all the time. So have they considered that they're really have an addiction of some sort? Yeah, they have. Yes, they do. And they feel like, I've got to have my technology. I've got to get up with it. I go to bed with it. It's on while I'm sleeping. I pay constant attention to it. I'm always on it for one thing or the other, whether it's communicating with someone or whether it's getting information or whether it's just to see what's going on. They feel that they're on their phone too much of the time and that they have a potential problem. And science is confirming that. Science is confirming that if you are on the computer 6 hours, not for work and not for school, if you're on the computer an additional 6 hours. So let's say you work 8 in the morning till 5. Let's just say you work those hours. Then you come home, you grab something to eat, but you're on the computer while you're eating. And you stay in touch with someone on social media one way or another, watching something, doing something, communicating to someone until 10, 11 o'clock when you go to bed. You got a problem. According to science, according to the specialists in technology studies, you have an issue and you need to address it because it's overload. It's too much. Okay. Overuse. Yeah, overuse. There's so many new terms about exactly what the issues are and the dangers and how they're affecting us. So I urge you to learn them. As a matter of fact, that's a good thing for me to do, is to create a vocabulary list. And yeah, I'll do that. Next Monday, I'll create a vocabulary list that goes over the exact terms that are associated with the new dysfunctions and illnesses associated with technology and human beings. That's a good strategy for me that I can add to the show. Where was I? I was saying that there were two reports I read. So one report reported 45% of the adults saying that they believe they have an addiction problem to technology. So 38%, I think it was, or whatever that figure was I just gave, they were saying that they were using their phone excessively, and they acknowledged that like they have to have the phone with them all the time. But the other 45 are 40 something. It's high in the 40s. It's over 45 or around 45, 48. They were saying, I got a problem. I know I got a problem. And guess what? I'm just going to have the problem because I have to stay on technology. I have to keep up with things. I have to communicate with people. I want to monitor everything that's going on that I'm engaged with. I want to play my games. I want to, whatever they're doing on the video and technology, they're going to continue to do it. But these people are not polled for if they know the damage that technology is doing to them. I have also gained information that says that technology is more addictive than cigarette smoking. Well, we all know how addictive, I'm making an assumption here, but I think you won't be criticizing me for it. It's a generalized statement. Technology being more addictive than cigarettes, we know how addictive cigarette smoking was and is if you smoke the cigarettes. And so the challenge became, and it is with technology, will you put the cigarettes down? Will you stop smoking cigarettes? In the case of cigarettes, some people started chewing gum, and I don't mean nicotine gum. Some people started eating candy. Some people drink water or drink some kind of beverage when they felt like smoking. And other people found other solutions to try to help them not keep smoking and then have the consequences of smoking. And that's why I so strongly believe in a series of 4 books that's coming out on consequences, the consequences of using technology and what could happen if you use it, and then for you to temper yourself about using it so you can basically stop using it any more than you have to. We didn't talk about it today, but there is the element of us forgetting to do things or how to do things that we know how to do because we're letting the computer do it for us. And so therefore, there's a certain kind of dullness that comes in our mentality where we literally start to forget how to do things that we're no longer doing. I want you to think about these things that I've mentioned today seriously. I want you to try to trust me to take my counsel about joining organizations that are discussing and keeping current and presenting to you the latest news about technology's damaging effects on human life. We have not began to see the deterioration. We're just beginning to scratch the surface of the deterioration and the reporting of the deterioration. This is so very important to every single person on earth. I want to tell you that it's been a great pleasure for me to erect this broadcast to bring you the news. And usually every week I go over a list of experts and let you know that they have books out or if they don't have books out. And I give you their names and I give you their contentions against technology or their findings, what they object to, what they see as a danger, and their advice or counsel or suggestion of how to remedy it. This week, I'm not doing that because I'm taking more time to explain the progress we've made. We started out creating a single global symposium. We invite you to come on Zoom after the broadcast. You can schedule appointments and have smaller group discussions where you will be able to talk and give input as well as receive in smaller, more confidential groups. This is primarily a benefit to people that have relationship with each other or businesses. And also, if you have a group from your business that you work with and you're not the business owner, but say you want to come and talk to us and you are a group of co-workers, that's fine. There's no problem with that. You can find and connect with us on LinkedIn and schedule a time on the end of my consulting business website. There is a Calendly where you can schedule your own appointments, 30-minute consultation free, and just put in there, I want to come on Zoom and talk to you. Thank you for watching Global Symposium today with me. I have enjoyed being able to have your company and present the facts. I hope you'll remember the things I went over today. Number one, join some of these other groups that are reliable, trustable on social media platforms, and we'll send you information in your email if you like, or other communication methods where you can keep up with technology, including news sources like myself. We are a news source. We're a source of information and a conversation and an exchange of information and knowledge pertaining to technology. I hope you will view our books, read them, and be able to discuss them when I'm discussing them online. I hope you will give through our QR code and help other people grow in the world to have this information shared with them. A lot of people don't have phones, but if you give through our QR code, we'll be able to even help people come out of poverty, have employment or business ownership, and have some devices where they can, yes, get technology, but stay off of it. So they can acquire technology, learn how to use it, come off it, and only use it when they have to monitor their business or get their income from technology business ownership or affiliate positions they accept with us. If you are in graphic arts, music, and different creator space, we are welcoming you to join with us. If you want to work with us, create different products, and yes, you get full credit for doing that, but we hope that you will really embrace the purpose, the mission, the vision of Global Technology, Global Symposium. The technology being a danger has to be communicated to people who don't know. The hardest hit populations of technology's deteriorating, debilitating effect are the undereducated and those in poverty. And the next group that I know of that is the most significant are the children, the young people whose cognitive functions are just developing. And they will not develop fully if they spend too much time in front of a screen, whether it's television or whether it's a computer or whether it's on their phone or their watch or whatever you give them, whatever you allow them to constantly see. You need to check how much that's impacting them. So please give so that I can reach out further into Africa, into India, into other populations, even in America, where we have people that are in need of knowing, just like we did with COVID. There weren't the same efforts made. There's bias. There's discrimination. Whether you feel responsible for it or not is not the issue. The issue is you can do something about it. Please do something about it. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not asking you to do anything I'm not doing myself. And I'm asking you because the need is so great around the world for knowing about the technologies. Listen, you know that many nations in Africa, except one, have either signed or are considering and, having stated intention of signing an agreement to get massive use and access of technology into all the nations in Africa but one. So I ask you to help me. I am in touch with most nations in Africa and their people directly, their villages directly. I am very involved with Africa. Yes, I'm part African. So of course I'm involved with Africa after having lived there and been treated nicely, kindly, lovingly, protected by people in Africa that did not know me. Regardless to their motive, they need to know the information so they can protect themselves. All right, so we are about 40 minutes into the broadcast, and the last 12 minutes are going to show you some films that are made. I don't know if we have samples of our video to show you today. I think we may have the promotion um, for Consequences, the book that we have newly out this week, and Understanding Technology, the book that we put out last week. And we are very happy to have you join our Facebook group and also our Instagram group platform. It's a group that we created on Facebook, Global Symposium. I believe it's called Technology Warnings without an A in it, and Dangers. If you can find it, the name would be Chris, Chris, capital MOIS. I believe that's the name you'll find with the new group. But in any event, I hope you'll join it so we can discuss on Facebook, and we can do live broadcasting where you will be able to talk to me. I can talk to you and answer questions, and so will any of the other hosts. Um, and also let me know if you find good groups on any of the social media platforms, also on LinkedIn, and let me know your broadcast information for broadcasting parts of Global Symposium, broadcasting the children's videos, broadcasting the young people's videos and live broadcasts. We are on Mondays at 9 a.m. in America and New York time, Eastern Standard Time. And we also are on at, I believe it's 3 p.m. Nigeria time, West Africa time, and 6:30 p.m. in India. I thank you so much for joining me today. I know I've said that a lot because look, we didn't know that one broadcast was going to turn into 2+ months of broadcasting. But the fact is, there's a great need, and we're meeting a demand, and we're glad to meet the demand. So we're going to have teaching, training, coaching available to you. And we also have affiliate opportunities for you to have some revenue by sharing the word of the impact of technology dangers on human life. This is a humanitarian broadcast. I can't stress that enough because it's on Christian television. Some people are, concerned. I don't want to get preached to. Well, guess what? You don't get preached to here. Not in this show. You can get all the ministry you want on matimba.com because it's there for you. Yahweh.com, it's there for you. Or Yahweh, I'm sorry, YHWY, it's there for you. And it should be if you want it. No problem. I'm glad. I'm happy that I'm not forcing it on you. And so, just let me know where you are, and I will respect what your choices are for yourself the best that I can. This whole program started because I had an understanding that I was to hold a symposium, and I didn't know what the symposium was about. And then it came to me what the symposium was about, and I followed that. And then I was put in touch with 4 gentlemen that happened to be doctors, and they also were told about my vision, and they embraced it. And then they came on board with me. And so sometimes you'll see them on this broadcast, and they will be hosting it, or they will be inputting into whatever the information is. So next Saturday at 9 a.m. on this same channel station on the line access platform, you can find the rebroadcast of this very show if you want to bring someone here. I do not classify what we are doing as entertainment, but I guess you could say news entertainment because some people do take it that way. But we are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads. I don't know if we're on X. We've considered it. And, even Elon Musk has spoken out about the dangers of technology while he's still using it. It's not Apostle Matimba, do you have those videos ready for us? If not, let me know. And if you do, then just play them and I'll know that you're playing them too. I can see what you have on. Thank you very much. Okay. I was always taught in broadcasting not to leave a lull in the broadcast. So I hope you will take time and drop me a little note, a text, or post something to let me know what is the part of the show you enjoy the most. Do you enjoy going over the top experts' opinions and what their contentions are and what books they have out or where you can reach them? Do you enjoy exploring the books we have out and defining what the problems are according to the experts affiliated directly with this show, and taking action to join us in raising awareness with other people? You know, what is the part of the show that means the most to you, that you have now accepted the truth that technology is dangerous and what some of the dangers are known to you, and now you realize you do have power to control part of it? You may not control surveillance and privacy yet all the way. You may not control all the elements of crime, but you can learn what you can do, and you can take action the way that you're able to take it by listening to this show.
Consequences is a new book. Consequences warns you about tech dangers. Technology has a dark side. It brings lots of harm. Consequences will help you learn. Concentration, self-esteem, depression. Global Symposium is publishing new books to warn humanity about the internet dangers affecting your health, your life, your culture, and your nation. Physical and mental health, brain function, anxiety, worry.
Thank you, Apostle Matimba. I appreciate that because I've worked very hard. And as many of you may know, I had 5 eye surgeries last year. So it is more than challenging for me to try to communicate my ideas and work with anyone to get all these things put together for your benefit and at no charge to you. The contents that are in our videos are educational. The contents that are in our videos relate to technology's dangers to human life. If you are moved by what we're doing, if you wish to encourage me, if you wish to strengthen me, and the people that are willing to work with me, donate something. Contact me and let me know. Yes, I'll work with you. You're a daggone almost blind lady, legally blind woman trying to put together information for a broadcast. Come on, what kind of challenge is that? It's crazy, right? So, so I need your help. And I need your support and I need your love if you've got any for me. I appreciate it. I'm old. I'm not a young girl. I need all the help I can get to get this thing going. Way more than this. Listen, millions of people are being harmed. Millions of people are being hurt without even knowing it. And if they're having trouble concentrating, they're having trouble sleeping, these are effects from technology. This is very important. I don't even know if the entire medical community is aware of the dangers and the physical ailments and deterioration symptoms that are coming from technology. This is very, very deep. This is very big. It's very impacting. There's nothing else we would ever let come into a global society and just take over and ruin people and run our lives and have complete access. It doesn't make any sense for us to allow it that way. Not at all. So it's going to take all of us coming together and saying, no, not like this. I'm not going to be on all the time. I'm not going to stay on past the hours. I'm not going to let my eyes be broken down by this. I'm not going to let my hands and my arms and my limbs and my neck and my back develop pain from using the internet. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not going to let my memory go. I'm not going to let all these deteriorating, debilitating factors be welcomed by me while I'm trying to do something I enjoy on the internet, or something fun, or something for work, something to make more money, 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 money. This is not healthy. And if it was anything else, we'd all stop it. You know, there's a phrase in consecration, consequences, the book, and it really stuck with me. I'm trying to find it for you. The ease of use of technology may result in excessive reliance on it. The ease of use in technology may result in excessive reliance upon it. That's in this chapter about reliance. That's part of the problem. You know, when we were children, we learned that everything that seemed fun wasn't good for you. And if you ever had a time as a teenager when you experimented with smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol, you realized, it feels good going down, but I don't like the headache. I don't like the hangover. I don't like the way it makes me feel afterwards. I don't like the depression that kicks in. I mean, what I'm saying to you is that we have to wake up and see technology for what it is and control it, and don't let it control us. Don't let it damage you. Don't let it have its way with you. I know I'm using some phrases that could have been applied to other things, but I know you get my message. The meaning is protect yourself from technology. Learn what's wrong with it. Learn how to combat it. Monitor yourself. Get other people around you to monitor yourself. And then listen to them. If they tell you, hey, listen, you've got a problem, blah, 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 listen to them, because they could be telling you the truth. All right, I am going to tell you one last time that I really enjoyed your company today. And I really appreciate the station putting up the QR code this week. I appreciate the posting of the book this week. We've got to get money into Cameroon, to Dr. Tabbitt, to spread the information in the nation of Cameroon. We've got to get money into these different books that are being published with me and other authors, because those monies that are going into that nation can help people in that nation to have jobs and income and business ownership, as well as learn the information. And let me tell you, in Nigeria, we've seen their dollar devalue at least, 2 or 3 times, at least twice, I think, in the last week or so, or a couple of weeks, a month. Listen, people are desperate over there. People are desperate. Everybody's not a crook over there. Everybody's not mean, malicious, scheming, plotting. Not everybody. And somehow the people who are connected to the Global Symposium may have a way to have some revenue legitimately and legally to survive. A bag of rice is $150. That's absurd to me. That is absurd to me. I just want you to consider that you and I can help other people around the world learn about the dangers of technology. We can help businesses inform their employees, their private contractors, about the dangers of technology. After that, it's up to you what you do with the information. But I urge you to come together with me and let's get a plan in place. I have a consulting business. Let's get a plan in place that your company will begin to warn your employees and your contractors about the dangers of technology as a humanitarian service to preserve life. Contact me on LinkedIn for that. That's what I want. I want you to join arms with me, shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart. Let's link up, let's connect, and get this information into the hearts and minds of every single human being, regardless to age, regardless to gender. I know I'm repeating myself today, but I just need to drive the point home of how significant it is for you to align yourself in agreement with me, and let's hit the ground running and spread the information. From that point, do what you please. If you need AI software, go get it. I'm not telling you don't buy it. If you want to engage, but at least you know the dangers. At least you know the dangers. That's the important thing. Some people are still against medical marijuana use. If they don't want it, don't use it. At least a lot of states have legalized it in America, and a lot of nations have legalized it. So if it's helping some people, let it help them. I don't personally have an objection to it helping them. I personally don't use it, but guess what? I don't decide for everybody else. But this technology is different. If you have people in charge that are having brain deterioration, they are authorities, they're making rules, regulations, governing nations, governing institutions, governing corporations, and they don't know that their use on the internet is making their brain slide. Come on. That's dangerous. We've got to get the information out. We've got to get it clear. We've got to get it readily accessible. We have got to take action. We ourselves have got to take action. That's what I'm saying to you today. It's time to take action for you yourself to learn more about it. Please get our products. It's time for you yourself to make a decision with me or without me to get information about it and spread it to other people. Now, if you go online, you can see a lot of information that says, no, technology will never take over people. No, technology can't do this, can't do that. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find out there are plenty of people that are in the industries that are experts. Even the father of it are saying, hey, something's wrong. Yes, we got a problem. It's major. It's major. People don't see it coming. It's going to snowball like an avalanche. This is why I'm asking your help. This is why I'm asking you money. Normally, I don't ask for money. Normally, I wouldn't have to ask for help. But this is big, and we got to do this quick. We've got to do it before the end of the year. We've got to do it before the holiday comes up. Holiday time is going to be more digital devices, more digital device sale, more digital device use. Listen, put some brakes on, put some discipline in. Have your own character stand up and say, no, not me. I'm not going out like this. I'm not going to lose my mind piece by piece subtly over a hidden danger in technology over a period of time. I'm not going to I have a choice. I'm not going to let that be what happens to me. I'm not going to fail to be able to communicate with my own mouth because I stayed on technology too much because it was fun. I loved it. All right. Do you have any questions for me? You know how to reach me. You know how to get in touch with Global Symposium platforms. You understand why we exist. So next week, we can jump into more meat and less milk. We can jump into a heartier attack on the different areas, healthcare, how the brain is actually affected by technology in depth. And if you get the book Consequences, it does go into depth on these issues. It does explain in detail. You will be able to find the information, go right to it on the internet and check it all out for yourself, because I need you to believe the truth. When I say I need you to believe it, it's because I love people. If it was me that didn't know, I would want someone to warn me. I would want you to tell me, ma'am, if you stay on that computer for so many hours, so many days a week, so many months or years, this is the rate of deterioration that will happen to your brain. This is the expectation that will happen over this period of time. So I can say, no, I don't want that result. I will see you on the next broadcast of Global Symposium. I hope and I believe that you will invite more people to watch Global Symposium, and that you and I will have a global conversation about internet dangers and warnings. Thank you for watching Global Symposium.